For example, the 10 offenses against the holy name are all about attitudes. All 10 of them are simply about attitude. So, to go beyond those rules and regulations to the spontaneous level means that you realize that attitude in your own consciousness. And when you have that attitude in your own consciousness, there's no question of breaking the rules. There's no question of breaking the principles. You may, but you also become indifferent to the external meaning or the external indications of the scriptures. However, but you realize the essence or the real purpose of those instructions. And so there's no question of violating the principles of Dharma, even though you may not very strictly follow all the detailed rules and regulations in the scriptures. There's a very nice verse, shloka, in the Bhagavatam. Oh, my dear mind, I do not think that I can very nicely execute the rules and regulations of the scriptures. I have no more interest in saying my prayers 3 times a day. My offerings to the forefathers and the demigods are neglected. Please excuse me. Sorry. I can't get into it. All I want to do is relish the nectar of the holy name of that blackish boy who appears on the bank of the Jamuna. And I think that's enough for me. See? That's the real purpose of the scriptures. The purpose of the scriptures is to give us the tools that we need to relish the holy name. Once we can relish the holy name, then that's the purpose of the whole thing. All the rules and regulations and all the principles of the scriptures and the real meaning of religion, all those things are fulfilled when we simply love the holy name and love Krishna. So it's simple for the simple. See, for someone whose heart is open, for someone who is not materialistically inclined, you know, they just love Krishna. That's it. That's the beginning and end of the path, loving Krishna. But for somebody who's very complicated and has lots of attachments and all kinds of judgments about this and that and blah, 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 then it's very complicated and they'll make all kinds of excuses not to love Krishna or not to follow the principles of the scriptures. Oh, there's so many other things that are so important and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So they're on a lower level. See? It's an attitude problem. And the attitude is, I think my mind is more important than what's in the scriptures. I think my desires are more important than Krishna's desires. That's not love. That's selfishness. And because of that bad attitude, we suffer until we get over it. And it's just up to you how long it's going to take you to get over it. You know? And that, I mean, we've gone over this so many times. There's nothing I can do. There's no magic spell that I can go in the back room and whip up that will get you to advance in spiritual life. You yourself have to change your consciousness. That means, for starters, that you have to want to. Or you have to think it's important. You have to develop that desire. And Scripture says that the desire to love Krishna is very, very rarely attained. Only after many, many lifetimes of trying very hard. So try to understand how wonderful and how rare this pure devotional service is. The price of this service, this devotional service, is the intense eagerness to have it. And if anybody asks me, how do I develop that desire? That's all we ever talk about, is how to develop that desire. Well, that's all the scriptures ever talk about. They give so many examples and so many techniques, so many different opportunities to develop devotional service. So it's up to us to take those opportunities. It's up to us to develop that desire. That is the path. No more questions? No? Well, I guess we're doing such a good job that everybody understands everything fully, and so we don't need to preach anymore. That's great. Where's my tree? Huh? Next to a river in South India? Up in the mountains? Uh-huh. One last question. Okay.
From Ronald.
Who?
Ronald.
Singh?
Ronald. Maybe? Just says Ronald.
Okay.
There are different type of surrender according to Krishna. But was Arjuna and Gopi's love for Krishna different?
What do you think?
He says yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Half a step down. What key is that? Oh. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Daine. Hiranyakashipur Vaksha. Tankana Kalaye. Uto Nrishingho Parato Nrishingho. Shingamading Sharanang Prapadyeno. Yato Yamitaso. Ahir Nrishingho Hridaye Nrishingho. Narasimhamading Saranam Prapade. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adhuta Singam Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanubringam Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. kara kamalavare nakam adhuta singam dalita hiranyakashipu kalubringam keshavadhrita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare